Ah yes, Team Lard. The little purple piggies are on top form. Yes, it's those guys. This team are indeed the lead antagonists of Hogs of War. That's right, to me, they are the bad guys. Why? Well, if the purple and dark green uniforms weren't funky enough, these lard farts are actually part of the final mission in single player, where you'll be finding a saucy little scoundrel called Izzy, who will of course be hiding in the pillbox. In normal mode, Izzy acts as just a simple purple gunner, and he does in fact change teams during hard mode depending on who the player was using beforehand of course, alongside then being upgraded to a bombardier. I can still recall the feeling I had when I first saw that purple UI, observing the pillbox for the first time as a kid. I had that mixture of excitement, wonder and terror as to what the hell was sat inside that metal machine. Now granted, it's not lore accurate to call this Mardy lot the antagonists, but technically there isn't one, right? The things that I've always admired about the loose narrative in Hogs was its ability to leave most of the details up to you as the player, so you define who this team is. It's never filled in the exact blanks as to what the hell is going on or who everyone is, and as I say, Team Lard fit that idea perfectly. On the face of it, Team Lard are in fact the game's original development team. On a slightly deeper level, they act as the team the player is suddenly changed to after completing the first run of the campaign, as just when you think you've finished, Grimly hits you with this.
That is it! We are the best! With your battle skills and my constant encouragement and support, everything, anything, all is possible and reality now.
So just as you've gotten through the slog of normal mode, you are suddenly taken right back to the very start of the campaign. The pigs that you have used in battle and decorated so highly are, without warning, returned to the rank of a grunt, dressed in those iconic purple uniforms. The wording of Rick's VO here does such a good job in summarising the robotic nature of war in how the pigs are simply dispensable cannon fodder that can be used by the highest bidder, whilst also prepping you for the tough job that is to come. He doesn't tell you the why, the how, or the what, instead leaving you with a new challenge, one that sees you facing up against the team that you were just representing to conquer the entirety of the islands of Australasia, only now they are your enemy. There's an implication here that Grimly was in on the job the whole time, that this was his plan to switch sides, but if you want to hear more about this kind of lore theory, then feel free to check out the 2 videos I made back in 2021, God, that was so long ago, that go over the game's entire storyline. Those videos will of course be linked at the end of this one. It should also be noted here that you can indeed access the purple team by simply inputting the cheat code MardyPigs when naming your team. This can be done when prompted at the start of a new campaign in single player or via the renaming of an existing team in multiplayer. I've touched on it before, and personally I don't really know why it was ever originally noted in the first place, but speaking as a Hogs dev myself, I can confirm that Team Lard and MardyPigs are the same thing. Back in the day, there seemed to be some weird confusion around the notion that because the player's team are labelled as MardyPigs at the beginning of hard mode, that this was somehow an entirely different team to that of Team Lard. I can indeed confirm that this is in fact false, as it's simply a visual oversight by the original team, as given that the code MardyPigs was already implemented during development as a method for the team to access Team Lard, so it was used as a cheeky workaround in single player as we have today for the automatic switch of teams to occur. So it was needed within the code base for that to happen, with the error then being that the entered name is still listed as MardyPigs afterwards. It be a cheat code and nothing more. There is only one true Team Lard. So, comprising of 20 pigs, the names given here do represent either the first, last, or nickname of members of that original dev team. For instance, the physics programmer Ian Badco, his pig is called Badders. So within Team Lard we have Simon.
Even the mightiest of pigs must fall.
Tapper.
Very well, monsieur.
John.
Well, my last wish is to be pickled.
Andy.
Certainly, Captain.
Mark.
That didn't hurt much.
Jake.
Who's gonna look after my sheep?
Martin.
I told you this would happen. Would you listen? Would you?
Izzy.
Alright, if that's the way you wanna do it.
Ricky.
Oh man, time for me to get some Z's.
Dolly.
Permission to heave, sir.
Phil.
Cut that, Jimmy.
Aid.
Oh man, did you try on my blue suede shoes?
Shorty.
Like taking candy from a kid.
Ben.
They have no answer to this.
Badders.
This is best-selling weapon back home.
Philip.
A true warrior is never so frightened he has to go to laundry.
Jim.
Got me right in the mince pies.
Paul.
Oh, this is my end.
James.
Hellfire, look at that.
And Sweetie.
My love pump is broken.
As you will have heard, rather than having entirely new voices, each pig within Team Lard just uses an existing one. However, uniquely, the nationality of the chosen voice is mixed. As it's World War I, the use of stylish headwear for the heavy weapons class is an absolute must, and these boys do not disappoint. Well, except for the PC version, which we'll get onto in just a second. But seriously though, the horned purple helmet to me is maybe more iconic in Hogs than the Brody helmet, maybe just by a smidge. But what if I told you that there was a secret 21st pig that is no longer used in the final version of the game? Yes, back during the beta of Hogs of War, the final mission actually comprised of 2 purple pigs in 2 separate pillboxes, one being the usual Izzy and the other one being called Stuart. Now, for the longest time, I thought this was a direct reference to the then CEO of Gremlin Interactive at the time, that of Ian Stewart, but in actual fact, these 2 pigs refer to the main man, yet another OG game dev we currently have in our community Discord, Izzy Stewart. Shout out to all the game devs in the Discord, by the way. It's awesome that we have everyone sort of collectively in one place. It's great to see. Anyhow, as development progressed, this was then changed to just the single Team Lard pig, but Izzy has remained iconic ever since. For those wondering, Team Lard did exist much earlier than the beta, going back to the earliest alpha, as there are files that reference the purple team, but at this stage they weren't fully implemented. Now, I can't end this video until I've made reference to one final and rather glaring point relating to this team, and that is their texture difference between the 2 versions of the original game. The PC version, while being notorious in itself for a multitude of reasons, decided to go its own way in terms of design. Now, in the year of 2025, it's no longer a secret that during the development of Hogs of War, there was a slight divide in approach between the team working on the PlayStation version and the team working on the PC release. They work separately from each other, and I feel that this is where the design decisions went a bit awry. Because while the PS1 version has Team Lard in their distinct and rather striking deep purple and green uniforms, the PC version instead opts for a light purple, with the darker secondary colours being red and the lighter ones being pink. Now, if this is to your taste, then that's fine by me, right? Let me know what you think about it in the comments, but I personally am not a fan, mainly because it highlights quite clearly that there was indeed a divide and lack of communication or agreement between the 2 teams on how the uniforms should look in the final version. To me, dark purple and green works considerably better than the light purple and red or pink, and sure, we can sit here and make Joker comparisons all day, but you get my point. I don't know, the PC colour choice feels too washed out for me, especially when we compare it to the final mission on the PlayStation version, where the feeling is much darker and grittier. Either way, a big thank you to Bobby for providing the gameplay footage of the PC version here, ironically also showing a questionably earlier version of the map square-off, given the lack of solid water. Team Lard are the only unlockable team in the original Hogs of War, but what I want to know from you guys is which Lard pig is your favourite, and why. I'll have to be boring here and probably say Izzy, purely because he is too iconic to me personally. I always make sure to have him leading the charge whenever I use the purples, but let me know everything that you have to say in the comments below. I know this video has been a long time coming, given that it's been quite a while since we covered any kind of team information previously. However, we technically aren't done yet, so be sure to stay tuned for more in future. For now though, that is going to wrap things up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys later for plenty more War of the Hogs variety. Peace out, everybody.
Right, you putrid porker. You should be proud of your hogs. I've given you, 5 additional promotion points to decorate them with. Are you listening to a word I say? Repeat after me. Minefields are very bad things to wander into. Now, press your button and we will be the richest nation in the world. Just imagine, limitless swill supplies until the end of all time. Oh, God, don't mess it up.